You are putting blue chip effort into your relationships, but right now, your current portfolio is yielding penny stock results. Welcome to Love is True Crime. I'm Layla, and this is Chloe. We're issuing an emergency market warning for your dating life. The New York Stock Exchange floor in this photo represents a massive, high-stress exchange, and your dating app operates in the same way. You are a high-value portfolio manager. Failing to recognize manipulation tactics in the wild leads to the depletion of your primary emotional reserves. Our primary suspect is the Stag. On Wall Street, a Stag is an opportunist who trades exclusively in initial public offerings, the brand new stock listings. In romance, the Stag focuses on the first stage. He overwhelms his target with explosive, high-beta hype and love bombing during the IPO phase. This graph tracks the mechanics of his pump and dump scheme. You see an artificial spike in intensity followed by a crash to zero the moment the novelty wears off. This early intensity is a calculated inflation scheme. He is pumping his market value before his actual character data becomes public. Let's run a forensic audit. We pulled footage of a Stag at a backyard barbecue to see how his brand positioning works in the wild. These $500 vintage Nikes are his primary tool for brand positioning. He spends his operating budget on his feet to hide negative cash flow, distracting you from his $0 relationship fundamentals. Looking like a high-value asset while operating as a liability is a textbook misallocation of capital. The Stag relies on the greater fool theory to maintain his position. In the market, a bubble expands as a worthless asset is passed to the next buyer at an inflated price. The strategy only works if there is a greater fool willing to buy in before the bubble pops. The Stag inflates your expectations so he can exit at the peak of the hype. He leaves his partners holding the emotional bag once the price of maintaining the lie gets too high. He classifies you as his exit liquidity, the final participant required to fund his emotional departure. Peel back that pristine vintage Nike packaging, look past the hype, and the true structure is revealed. Wait, so the high-value brand is hiding a crash test dummy? Yes. In finance, companies use crash test dummies to stress test a vehicle's limits. They want to see how much damage a body can take before it is a total loss. He uses that brand positioning to look safe, but his internal structure is designed for a collision. Correct. He stress tests your boundaries with minor bad behavior to see if you will act as a buffer for his collateral damage. Absorbing the impact of his poor character makes you a high-risk asset designed to fail. Your dating history is a collection of high-risk trades executed in an unregulated market. Holding on to a Stag in the hopes of returning to that early IPO phase is participating in an emotional Ponzi scheme. Buying the dip on a distressed asset results in a 0% return on your emotional capital. You cannot merge your life with a partner who treats a fundamental relationship commitment exactly like a hostile takeover. To protect your portfolio, you must implement emotional quantitative tightening. Reduce your liquidity by raising your interest rates. High emotional effort is now reserved for assets with a proven track record of consistency. Set strict stop-loss orders. If a partner defaults on a promise, you liquidate the position immediately to protect your core reserves. If he just does it once, he'll just do it to you. Audit closed. Delist high-risk assets from your life. Clear the ledger to invest in blue-chip peace of mind.